Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make some sugar scrub. It's shea sugar scrub with this mold here. It has like a massaging bar on it. It's kind of fun, and I'm also going to put some calendula petals in there to give it a little bit more of a small exfoliation. But this will be just like a body scrub to have it as you're in the shower or something like that, and you can just use it. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop this stuff out. It's pretty cold here today, so it's not really working as well as it should. But we'll scoop this out, and just for time's sake in video, I'll show you how it all looks as I go. But just going to scoop this in there, and it'll melt out, and I'm going to mold it in the mold, so it just goes into each little in the groove, the little pockets in there, the little dimples, I guess you'd call it. So I'll do that, and then just I'll show you the finished product when I have it in there, for time's sake. Okay, after having put the shea sugar scrub in there, it'll look like this. But when I put the soap in there, I have to poke holes in through all this, otherwise this will just fall through and the soap won't be any good at all. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up some soap and put that in there, and I'll show you how that goes. Okay, getting the soap out, I used a crystal clear soap. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of 91% rubbing alcohol in here, and it dissipates the bubbles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this in here, and as you do that, you're going to have to go ahead and work the soap in those grooves, because that shea soap scrub will just fall apart because it just has no integrity to it right now. So when I poke the holes in there, it'll get in there, and the soap will get down in there, and it'll actually work a little bit better at getting in the grooves, and it kind of dissipates everything. But then it'll be actually in the soap, so as the soap wears down, the shea butter, the shea soap scrub will be in there. Just kind of do it like that there, and make sure the soap gets down in there in those little grooves down in there. And that's I'm also going to add some calendula petals to this. That gives just a little bit more with the exfoliating of the soap, and that it'll look pretty neat when it's a clear soap. I'll put a little bit of color in there today, and it'll look real neat when it's all said and done. But as of doing this, that soap will ensure to get down in there, and the bar will be integrally sound. It won't just fall apart on you. All right, after taking the clear soap out of the microwave for about 45 seconds on that, I'm going to put about 10 chunks in there, about a ½ inch in size. I'll spray some alcohol in there to get that dissipate. Let's go ahead and add some color onto it. We use lilac, just a couple of drops of those dudes in there. Go ahead and give that a stir up. And just a little bit more to give it a little bit more color. We're also going to add another scent to it, the cool musk. That'll give it more of a manly smell, kind of a neat smell to have as you're using the bar of soap. Just a little bit more color into it there. We're going to go ahead and spray some alcohol in here to dissipate any bubbles in there. We're going to get some calendula petals and sprinkle these guys in there too. This is again just for a little bit more exfoliating, and it just makes the bar a lot more funner to look at too, and as you're using it. We're going to go ahead and use cool musk, put a couple of shakes in there. That'll give it a good smell as it wears down and as you're using it. And we're just going to go ahead and put this back in there. Fill this guy up like this, and add just a little bit more calendula petals, and we'll push those down in there. And this is a real light exfoliating bar. This won't be rough on the skin or anything like that. And just push those guys down in there. And when it sets up and when it's done, it looks really neat with the calendula petals in there. It just adds just a really neat look, and you'll see that with the light lilac color. It'll just really be just a real pretty bar when it's all said and done. And then we'll put just a little bit more cool musk on the outside, just for the scent. I'll spray that dude with the alcohol, and I'll go ahead and for time's sake again, I'll put it on the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and we'll get back to the video. All right, all I'm doing here is I put the calendula petals in the mold. I'm just getting the sugar scrub stuff out and just putting it in here. So when I pour the soap in there, the sugar scrub will be in there along with the colored soap that I put in. I put a little bit of colored teal in there. I also put some cool musk in there as a scent at the bottom. So when you go to pour the soap, it'll go in there, and then of course you have to pour about halfway there, and then you have to work in the shea butter or the shea soap in the mold, and it'll go down into different grooves and everything. So as you do that, kind of stir it up, and it's so hot the soap will actually melt the sugar scrub, and it'll go down in the molds, and you just kind of just poke around so there's no holes in there. So when you take it out of the mold, there won't be any holidays or any big gaps in there or anything like that. Then you slowly build this one up so it's a exfoliating bar along with a colorant bar, and also smell real good, and actually just yeah, it's just pleasant to the eye. It's just really a neat looking bar when it's done. So I'll go ahead and, for the sake of time, show you what they look like when we're all done here. All right, having taken it out of the microwave, I put about 20 more half-inch chunks of the diamond soap in there, and I added the lilac colorant. We're just going to go ahead and pour this in here, and as I do it again, for the sake of video, I just went ahead and poke all the holes in different parts of the mold, and then added more calendula petal, and you can see the end result. And I'll finish up these bars so it won't take so much time on video that you'll be able to see the end result. Okay, and again, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more calendula petals on top, and just pack those guys in there like that. And this is a very, very light exfoliating bar with the sugar scrub on there. It's easy to use on the arms and not on the face in case the sugar gets in your eyes. That's not going to be fun. But with this calendula petals, all the supplies I bought is at my local hobby store again, and it's just a lot of fun to do this one. I have I'll put some alcohol again, dissipate the bubbles. Well, let's just let this sit up, and I have those other two to do, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, just took these out of the freezer. They've been in there for about 30 minutes. So we'll take these guys out and see what they look like after all. And this is they're always kind of fun to get it out of this mold. Be careful with it. Take it on out. But you'll see the calendula petals, how they look throughout the whole mold. And as you see that, you can see how they just look throughout this whole mold. And as it wears down, they'll have the light exfoliation right through here with the shea sugar. But outside of that, the calendula is just a real light exfoliating, and it won't hurt at anything. And it turns out real nice, and it just looks real neat as it goes down. So thank you for your time. God bless.